A new push this week by environmentalists as Republicans just today are calling on the president to approve the Keystone XL pipeline. Among those protesting the pipeline, actress Daryl Hannah, who was recently arrested outside the White House during a protest against the controversial Keystone XL pipeline project. And Hannah's joining me from LA to discuss this issue. Daryl, welcome.
Thank you.
Look, I know you've been arrested several times protesting this pipeline. Tell me why you were so passionately opposed to this project.
Well, the Keystone XL pipeline, export pipeline, is really a conduit for further expansion of the dirtiest, largest industrial mine on the planet. And right now it's about the size of the city of Chicago, and they plan to expand it to the size of the state of Florida. This pipeline is intended to get its product to the Gulf of Mexico for export. This is not fuel for the United States. We're already processing that fuel in Oklahoma, but they want to bypass Oklahoma to get it down to the Gulf because they aren't able to get it to the coast in Canada since the indigenous communities have stopped it from going through their lands.
So this is not the only oil pipeline project in the country. What is it about this one that makes it different and has such a is it the size, or you're talking about the dirty environmental issues? I mean, what is it that makes this one so volatile?
Well, there's a number of issues, not the least of which is that, first of all, this is not conventional crude. This is tar sand sludge. It has to be heated. It's called bitumen. It has to be heated to 150 degrees to get it to move through the pipe. It's a very corrosive substance. They had 12 spills in the first 12 months. All of these, there's numerous issues, but it holds no benefits for us. We would inherit all the risk, but the main reason, obviously, is even the World Bank issued a report last week that if we don't do something urgently to address the climate crisis, that we are looking at major systems collapse, extinctions, dislocation, and massive suffering if we don't address this. So we have an ethical responsibility, and the tar sands projects is an extremely carbon intensive producing mine.
Now, but Daryl, you're talking about there's no benefits, and I imagine you're speaking purely from an environmental, ecological standpoint.
No, I'm speaking from every standpoint. There's been a lot of mischaracterizations that this is going to provide a lot of jobs. It's mischaracterized as being something that will provide fuel for the United States, but this is an export pipeline. The fuel that we're already receiving from the tar sands is being refined in Oklahoma. They need to get it to the coast so that they can get $20 a barrel more for it to export it.
So, wait, Daryl, if there's nothing, I mean, what are the benefits of this project? I can't imagine that
That's
there's
a great
nothing.
question.
So
the
there's
benefits
no
of the project.
benefit.
The economic benefits are there for the Koch brothers and the people who own the refineries down at the Gulf of Mexico, and that's it. And that's why there's been such a massive disinformation campaign to confuse people that this has something to do with our gas prices. In fact, the studies show, there's an independent study on jobs, if you want to look it up, from Cornell. There's a study show that in fact this might even make our gas prices rise because the amount of gas that they're going to be shipping to to India, perhaps China, will actually lessen the amount of gas that we refine in Oklahoma from that same project. So,
can you give me a sense, if you have one, of what the president's going to do? Because he's postponed making a decision on the pipeline already.
That's right. Well, the president is getting a lot of financial pressure from lobbyists who, the wealthiest corporations on the planet, oil companies, are putting a lot of pressure on him to approve this pipeline because they have a vested interest. They will make billions of dollars. But people, ranchers, farmers, people who are traditionally considered conservative and people who are liberal are fighting this thing because we know it's not in our best interest. It will go right through our aquifers, our vital water resource systems, which we know we cannot jeopardize since we've had massive drought and that's projected to continue, and wildfires and crop yields are going down. This is not something we can risk just to have a benefit for some billionaires who are going to make more money if they get to their product to export. And that's what it's important to do the research and understand the reality of this situation, because how it's being presented to us and sold to us is not what the truth of the situation is.
Well, actress, activist Daryl Hannah, I'm really glad for your insights. Thank you so much for sharing them with us.